Hello, and welcome to this corner of the internet where um, I simply talk about how the world has me fucked up. My name is Charles Bowling. I am a yoga teacher, neighborhood organizer, and abolitionist. I would like to first start off this sort of rant by quoting my good sis, somebody who's dear to my heart, one of my favorite ancestors, Zerna Hurston. All skin folk are not skin folk. All kinfolk, all skin folk are not kinfolk. If you don't know anything about Zerna Hurston was a great writer, storyteller, who ran around the South and actually collected the essence of what it was like being black and living in the South. Um, she collected stories, she collected rituals, she collected the things that our ancestors used to stay mentally stable and mentally well in this country. Um, and I love her. When it came time for her to get her shine, though, people like W.E.B. Du Bois and the other members of the talented Tim who believe that we can pull ourselves up by the bootstraps and succeed like the white men succeed. Um, all didn't support her. They told publishing companies don't support her writing. They said don't publish her books, don't give her any cut to any writing that she has. So she ended her life, not ended her life, but she ended up at the end of her life being a maid and not being able to profit or capitalize off of the great stories that she was telling, the great feelings and emotions that she provoked, the keeping of Black American history. Um, I think it's very important to understand where like Black intellectualism has kept us back a little bit. Um, so from there, I would like to get into my second point. Trump is awful. Trump is the worst thing that ever happened to America. Um, and also, if we're being realistically, Kamala Harris is a better presidential choice than Trump. That is realistically speaking. But neither one of them want my vote. What do I mean by neither one of them want my vote? So Trump is a conservative. He ponders to conservatism. Let me go get my coffee. Like I was saying, Trump is a conservative. He ponders to the conservative party. Project 2025, blah blah blah. Those are the things he wants. Those are the things he's looking forward to. I don't have to do much explaining about Project 2025 because I have dyslexia and I'm not reading a 900-page book. It is plenty of people on the internet who have read all the way through that book and can thoroughly explain to you why it's bad. I'm telling you here, it's bad. Do your research. It's horrible. Now, also with that caveat, Kamala has been moving her rhetoric more towards the right. Um, I don't know if you all have noticed or like realized the first thing that she did that was moving her rhetoric, that I knew that she was going to start moving her rhetoric more towards the right, was when she didn't give us any policy until the debate. That was her playing in our face. Y'all can say it wasn't, but I promise you, it was her saying that we are dumb and we have no other choice but to vote for her. So I don't have to give you any policy. Um, Secondly, when the DNC happened and she still didn't present any policy, that was her playing in our face. Also with the DNC, there was something that they normally platform that like they're known for. The Democratic Party is known for this. The ending of the death penalty. This is something that they're known for. Every like DNC I've seen, this has been on the platform. This has been something that they stood for. I am going to be 30 next year. I voted at least in 3 presidential cycles. I vote every year because you should vote. You voting happens more than just every 4 years, and I feel like a lot of the people who argue with me about this only vote every 4 years. So I don't even know why I be arguing with y'all. But voting happens every 4 years, and you need to vote in every election. Um, that being said, um, during the DNC, they usually talk about ending the death penalty. They did not talk about ending the death penalty. In fact, they were a little more right wing in their language this year. I am a black leftist. I'm a black Marxist. I don't believe that the system, the economic system, the political system, the criminal justice system that we have in place now serves black people. In actuality, the criminal justice system that we have now is put into place to keep us enslaved and under control. Um, it's easy. I could explain. It's easy to explain, and it's easy to see by what's going on in America that they want to keep us enslaved and under control. They just made homelessness illegal. I don't know if you all know this, but black men are a big part of the homelessness population. Um, so this like push to make homelessness illegal will in fact increase the number of black men who are in the prison industrial system. Um, yeah. So back to Kamala and her language being more right wing and more conservative. She's really rooting for the conservative vote here. She's really pushing for the conservative vote. That is why during the DNC, we heard her saying that we will have the strongest military. That is why during the DNC, we heard her talk about increasing like police and supporting police. And that is why during the presidential debate, like 2 days after we had a mass shooting in another school, we hear her saying that she is a gun owner, a proud gun owner, and she's not going to take away anybody's guns. We have been listening to her make this rhetoric or ponder more towards the right wing, more towards the middle. Um, and this shows us that she doesn't care about the votes of the people on the left, of the people, of the radical black people, of people who hold up the radical black tradition. Um, I don't know if you all realize, but we have cop cities popping up all over the country. And having two candidates who are very pro cop so that we don't protest against them is very shocking and jarring to me. I feel like the policing of people against protesting is something that will lead to the downfall of our democratic system. Um, we are moving closer into fascism, y'all, with over policing, with this idea of we can't speak against our leaders, against those who like run the government that we put in charge, even with this forced idea of we have to vote in this two-party system. We have to choose between either one of these two parties who don't actually give a fuck about us at all. Um, it's very jarring and it's very like eye-opening to me as a black radical. I implore you to actually do research, to actually realize that like These people are sitting by and allowing us to be killed and not saying anything. And then when we call them out on it, they're blocking us from even saying anything to them on social platforms. And it's very shocking and it's very jarring to me to see this, for this to be the reality that we are like living in, and nobody is saying anything. It's just very um yeah, it was very shocking to me. Marcellus Williams was executed yesterday, and our government did nothing about it. They didn't say anything. They blocked people from saying things in their comments. They didn't they could have stopped this. Like, I don't care what anybody, there's nothing that anybody can say to me that will prove to me that the president couldn't have stopped the death penalty, this man from being executed. Like, like, even if it was just like, even if he couldn't say anything, I mean, even if it's true, he couldn't do anything. The least, the bare minimum would be to say that this is wrong. It's evidence on both sides that it was wrong and that it shouldn't have happened. And we keep seeing these things in our government happen where it's showing us that they don't give a fuck about our blackness. They don't give a fuck about us as black people. Even when it comes down to the support for Israel, Israel trains our police officers. I'm going to say this again. Israel, the country that is committing those horrendous war crimes that the United Nations has said is a war crime, they train our police officers. So if we're sitting here watching a people group get genocide, and it's by the people who are doing the genocide, the people who are causing this genocide, train our police officers. They also train the people in the Congo and the in the Congo in Africa. They train those people as well. The IDF has their hands in almost every atrocity in the world, even down to when we talk about Haiti. The richest man in Haiti is also a citizen of Israel. He is directly connected to Israel. All of this conflict in the world, all of this like unstableness in the world has roots somewhere, and we need to start actually examining where all of this is coming from instead of sitting and arguing with each other about voting. I never said, notice in this, I never said that you shouldn't vote. Notice in this how I never tried to convince you not to vote. I am just telling you why I am not voting. I actually encourage y'all to vote. Go vote for the things, for the laws that are being passed in your state. Go vote for the governor, vote for your representatives. But when I'm talking about voting for the president, I need y'all to know that they are playing in our fucking face and we need to be for real. I'm not editing this. If you looked at this all the way through, thank you. I'm just gonna post this and I'm gonna keep it moving because I have other things to record today. Um, have a wonderful evening. I love all of y'all, and I hope and I pray that you all can love yourself more and realize that um, these people in office work for us, and when they're not holding up their part of the deal, it is perfectly fine, and there's nothing wrong with calling them out on their BS, as we should. Y'all have a good day.